Hey, keeping it real. This is Emily Davcev. She is a Just When I'm student. Today, she is also a coach, and we're super excited to be here today. So I already did this really funny. I sent this out to a lot of people, and we already got 6 thumbs down. We haven't even started yet. So I just want to say I love you guys, and you're entertaining. But for those of you guys who do appreciate the content that we bring constantly that's free, give me a thumbs up. If you guys really do value this information, give me a thumbs up. And for if you guys are any of you guys are spammers, I'm gonna make fun of you and have fun with you. So I want to say I love you and I welcome you. But if you say anything inappropriate, you're canned. I'll kick your butt out. All right, so let's do this, guys. Hello, hello. What's up, everybody? You missed this room. That's actually why we did it. Because guess what, guys? This is one of the last times you're ever gonna see me in this room. This is where Just When I'm started, in this little room in my house. Now we have a studio. We just dropped 55,000, right under $55,000 yesterday on studio equipment. So like we are scaling and I'm excited about it. Emily, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. Okay. So guys, we're going to do something a little different today and I'm really excited about it. I'm going to talk to you about what to do about hijackers. I know there's a ton of questions in here already. We're going to get to those after that, but give me about 10, 20 minutes. I want to teach you guys something that I think is extremely important. Now, what I'm about to tell you comes from multiple lawyers. It also comes from Amazon, Leadership, Brain Registry. I've spoken to them directly. The same one who's speaking at Ecom. Raise your hand if you're going to Ecom. That's in just like 2.5 weeks now, which is crazy. Emily's going to be there speaking as well, which I'm super excited, you guys. She launched last May, and she's crushing on Amazon. It's hard, but it is so worth it, you guys. So I'm going to show you what to do about hijackers. Now, first of all, guys, let me explain to you the difference between a hijacker and a piggybacker, because there is a big difference between the two. Guys, thank you so much for the thumbs up in the chat. I mean on the video itself, but thank you anyways. I see all these thumbs. That's super cool. But I mean on the YouTube video, if you don't mind. But thank you still. Okay, so here we go, guys. You ready? First of all, if you are selling Amazon arbitrage, and let's say you buy a brand new product and your product is mangoes, and you buy it and you buy it from Walmart and you decide to resell it on Amazon. Now, Fruity and Nutty, their brand, and notice that they have a TM, which means it's not brand registered. They're just claiming it as their trademark. It would have an R that was registered. 100% within your legal rights to sell this on Amazon, even though it's already trademarked. It is not everyone else has the trademark on. And some people, the Amazon sellers, and I get this, you work super hard, you spend all this money and time to build up a product, then you have a hijacker on your listing and you say, how can they do that? And then if Amazon doesn't respond, you rightfully feel offended. Like, wait a minute, I built this brand. I need to protect this brand. Tell me why these people are hijacking my listing. Well, first of all, let me explain. A piggyback is for arbitrage. A hijacker is for private label. Let me explain the difference. The United States law actually protects this. And I'm actually going directly to it right now on my screen. I will happily, I'm going to chat you guys this link just so that you have it as well, because I want you guys to see what I see, okay? So there you go, justice.gov. Have fun reading it, but it's really important. This is called the first sale doctrine. This doctrine allows someone who I'm quoting it, knowingly purchases a copy of a copyrighted work. Now remember, a copyright in this case could be a patent, it could have a patent on it, it could have a trademark on it, or it could have a copyright registration on it. They purchase a copyrighted work from the copyright holder, receives the right to sell, otherwise dispose of that particular copy, notwithstanding the interests of the copyright owner. The right to distribute ends, however, once the owner has sold that particular copy. Since the first sale doctrine never protects a defendant who makes unauthorized reproductions of a copyrighted work, the first sale doctrine cannot be a successful defense in cases that allege infringing reproduction. Now, I know what some of you guys are thinking, and rightfully so. You're saying, okay, I get that, Seth, but these people, I know they're not buying my copies. I didn't sell them to them, and then they're reselling, which they can do. In other words, if I am the manufacturer and you buy it from me, I sell it to you, you may go resell it. you are within your legal rights to resell this. That is 100% fine. That is arbitrage. Anyone may do that. Here's where it gets sticky though. If you create your listing and you notice there's another offer on your listing, something we all get excited about, and you notice someone else is selling the same product, you know in your mind that they had to go out and build the same product or find it from the same supplier. They didn't buy it and resell it. You know that. So you and I both know that's wrong. They're reproducing your product. And if you're trademarked, that's where it's illegal. But how in the world are you going to prove that to Amazon? Guess what? You can't. How does Amazon know? How does Amazon know that you're not selling this retail store? Someone went into Walmart where it's on the shelves, they bought it, and they listed it under your listing. So I just want us to be careful here. Some of you guys have done arbitrage, some private label and some both. So when you're a private label brand builder and someone is latched onto your listing and you're rightfully upset, you have to ask this question: aren't they just doing arbitrage? Is this really against the law? Now, even if you know that they're reproducing it, which is illegal if you have a trademark, Amazon has no way to know that. Therefore, Amazon will consider this a scheme on your end to say, we didn't give them distribution rights. That's exactly how they say it in their own wording. They consider it a scheme. I'm using Amazon's wording, a scheme. Now, again, I know this isn't what you did, but I want to show you how to get them off your listing in this situation. But to do that effectively, you need to understand, if you create a listing on Amazon, and I did this, and I'm not, but let's say I did this, I am now selling on your listing the same product, and you trademarked it. You have no legal grounds to prove that I went to the supplier or a different supplier, reproduced it, had your trademark printed on it, and am selling it. In other words, in Amazon's mind, customer, because guess what? If you're selling it for $30, I'm going to sell it for $29. I'm going to make money. The customer's happier because I drove the prices down. In fact, if you go back to the early days in their Flywheel Concept, they talk about this a lot. Let me go to it so I can explain it clearly to you guys. So the Flywheel Concept goes like this. They actually wrote this. They wrote this on a napkin. There's this circle, okay? And in the middle is this circle, and it says growth. Words that go around it with little arrows. And one of those says customer experience. Amazon builds everything based on customer experience. Because if they make customers want to go to their platform to buy, guess what that does to you and me as sellers? We feel like, well, man, I should be selling my products on Amazon, putting them on websites, Shopify. So shouldn't I be selling there too, since a lot of customers are going there? But what is Amazon? They're driving costs down. In other words, they have what's called Davcev. What does this mean? If you go to eBay, can you list on someone else's listing? No, you can't. That's why you might search. Let's just say you search this camera stick. Right? Search, you'll get thousands of people are going to see the same thing. But there's thousands of different listings. But you go to Amazon, you might find a few hundred or 10 or 20 of these, but it might have on them. How do I win the buy box? Well, as you guys know, one of the most important ways, or two of the most important ways, is not only sell at FBA, fulfilled by Amazon, but to offer the lowest price. Offering a lower price than you are on that same listing that you created, guess what's going to happen? I'm going to get the sale happier. In other words, by making customer experience the primary objective in Amazon's mind, it has actually caused them not only just to collect, but also more sellers, because sellers want to be there selling their product too. Now, this is really, really important to understand. Now, Instagram Live went off. I'm going to try to go live again really quick. Just give me 1 second, guys. There we go. Okay, we're live again. Sorry about that, guys. We'll keep going. So let me explain what to do in this situation. And the way I'm going to do it, guys, is I'm going to bring to you from the IP Law blog. I will happily send you the link. This actually happened or was posted in December 11th, 2009. I know that seems old, but what's funny to me is it's ranking like crazy right now. If you just Google trademark law, Amazon, or anything like that, you're going to see search results. And I'm going to tell you a story about this exact situation. Then I'm going to show you how you can defend yourself when this happens. Okay. So here we go. Let me just add Emily. Here we go. There we go. Okay. The 10th Circuit Court upheld a preliminary injunction. Now, bear with me, guys. This is so important. I promise if you understand this, you're going to know how to apply it. And it was granted in favor of an electronics equipment manufacturer against a reseller of its goods in a trademark infringement action. Now, there were two competitors on one side, and there was Midwest Inventory Distribution on the other side. So we'll call them Beltronics. They manufactured the product, and there was Midwest. They were reselling the product. Now, Midwest is kind of like the arbitrager, and we'll call Beltronics like the private labeler. This is a real life story, guys. And the reason it's important for you to understand this is the way law works. And I'm not a legal, this is not legal advice. Let me make that very, very clear. I'm not a lawyer. Though I have a lawyer who works for me full time, I'm not one. But that has helped me a ton to understand these things. Anytime there's a court case where about something new that's never been entered the courts before and a decision is made, it serves as what's called a precedent. Similar issue comes up, a lawyer will refer back to that case to serve as a precedent to argue in favor of their case today. That's why these cases are so important. Law isn't just all written out and there's all these rules and everyone just obeys them and it's simple. It's not like that at all. It's very, very gray. And the judge or the jury have to make a very difficult decision when everything is not just black and white. So what they refer back to a similar case to serve as a precedent standard or a reference point to make a decision today. So here we have Beltronics and we have Midwest. Beltronics created their own product. Midwest resells it. Beltronics is a manufacturer of electronics. They sell their equipment under a trademark. I do, just like you and I do. We have a trademark. We're selling it. We're brand registered. Now, Beltronics authorized distributors to sell its products at a very specified minimum price. And at one point in time, these distributors violated by selling radar detectors to a reseller, which was called the Midwest. So I'm a reseller, for example, and here's Beltronics, and I'm allowed to resell. What if I brought it and resold it to another reseller? Or I'm a distributor, I'm not it to Midwest. And what does Midwest do? You don't believe this. eBay. But what they were quite sneaky. Serial number from the radar detector to prevent Beltronics, the manufacturer, from discovering that Midwest was reselling their goods. Learns of this one day when it was contacted by several customers. I need my warranty. Can you please give me my warranty? And Beltronics was like, well, there is no serial number. Customers were, because they felt like giving them when Midwest was deceiving Beltronics, and as a result. You ever feel like you're doing everything you can, you're crushing it, you're doing everything you can, and someone is did all the work to build the brand, to find the factory, to differentiate, and you're like, why in the world is someone selling on my listing? Now, learning of the possible goodwill, Beltronics a lawsuit against Midwest for what they called, you ready for it? Trademark infringement. And they sought preliminary injunction, like immediately, you got to stop this, to stop further sales. The district court granted, they filed an appeal. And the issue that the court examined on appeal was whether or not Midwest violated Beltronics' trademark rights. Now, here we go, guys. Emily, can you hear me okay? Okay, awesome. Guys, this is so important. And I can't wait to share with you the climax of all this and the result. The guiding principle in trademark law, attorney, is that trademarks are granted, why? To protect the consumer, not to protect the brand builder. Now, I know it does protect you. Of course it does. Because if you're protecting your consumers, it is protecting you. But trademarks are for the consumer, according to law, first, not for the one who trademarked it and spent the money getting it filed. Now, the reason you need to understand this, if you understand that, now you know what to do when you get a hijacker. And I'm going to show you. If a product causes to the source of goods, in other words, if this is the product and I buy it and I'm confused as to, is this really, see that right there? Is this really GoPro? I'm not sure. If it's causing me confusion to the source of goods, did it really come from GoPro? Then the sale may constitute the trademark infringement. In other words, this could be a case where someone is infringing on my trademark if I'm the person who got it trademarked. Confusion, the more likely infringement has occurred. Now, I wish you guys that trademarks were just clean, cut, and dry, simple, black and white, done, but they're not. And my lawyer has informed me this, most aren't. However, if you understand the purpose behind them, you are going to have, I promise you this, after today, you are going to have freaking ammunition to take with you when you get a hijacker on your listing. So here's continuing the story. Beltronics argued that the manner in which Midwest sold radar detectors caused confusion in the minds of consumers. Would you guys agree? Midwest, however, relied on a specific defense to trademark infringement. And can you guys guess what it was? The first sale doctrine, the same link I posted for you guys. Their first sale doctrine states that those who resell genuine trademarked products are generally not liable for trademark infringement. In other words, arbitrage. In other words, guys, think about it. You know, just the other day in an arbitrage group, someone was shouting with joy. They had all these exclamation marks and they're saying, I am so excited. Why is that? Because I just got approved to resell Nike. Wait a minute, but Nike's trademark. How do you do that? You can resell. It's illegal. That's the first sale doctrine. If that person was going to a factory and reproducing Nike and having it printed on the shoe called a counterfeit product, that is against the law. But if they went to Walmart, if they went to Payless Shoes, if they went to Target or Kicking It or whoever, that's not against the law if they bought it because they're really buying it from Nike and they resold it because they found a marketplace, what is that, Amazon, where they could sell it for more. That's completely legitimate. That is completely legal. There's nothing wrong with that. And it's important that you guys understand the difference right there, okay? All right, so hold on one second, guys. Okay, let me keep going. I just got to go back to my article here. All right, here we go. Now, the rationale behind this defense is stated like this. Trademark law is designed to prevent sellers, customers about the source of products. So if a genuine article is being resold, this confusion does not exist. If I am reselling a GoPro, even though I'm not GoPro, if I have the right to resell GoPro, just like those hijackers that you all have a great affection for, have a right to resell your product. Not always, though, and I'll explain that in the end. If a purchaser of a product does no more than stock, display, and resell, stock, display, and resell, remember those three words, a producer's product under the producer's trademark, no trademark value. The first sale doctrine does not apply when the reseller sells trademarked goods that are materially different than those sold by the trademark owner. So let's take our example again. Let's just pretend I found this at Goodwill, a used one, or I found it at Walmart. You know, not it. I found 10 of them. I can resell these on Amazon as long as it is the same exact material, nothing's been altered, and it really is GoPro. Even though I don't own GoPro, I can resell it. That's completely fine. That is called arbitrage. And you need to understand, my friends, when you are doing private label, you are going to set yourself up for failure if the products that if the store and the system and everything you built is so generic, even if it's trademarked, that someone else could go find the same thing and resell it too. Now, they're going to find it from a factory, but you can't prove that. You see, and that's where the problem is. But I'm going to show you how you can. So back to this. Since a materially different product is not genuine, consumers may be confused as to the source. Where did it come from? And in order to determine if Midwest could rely on the first sale doctrine, here's what the court did. They determined whether the changes that Midwest made to the product, remember what they did? Remember what they did? They scratched off the serial number. As sold on eBay, constituted a materially different product. Midwest argued that its changes were not materially different because the changes revolved solely around the product's warranty. Midwest said this, hey, look, we removed the serial number would not be covered. In fact, on the eBay site, they disclosed to potential purchasers that the product was covered by their own warranty. So think about this for a minute, guys. This is getting really funny. You build a product, you trademark a product, and you're selling it. Okay, someone else buys it. They just resell it to a reseller, a distributor, authorized distributor, sell it to a reseller called Midwest. Midwest scratches off the serial number, sells it on eBay, making great money doing it, and they put it under their warranty. The court, however, was not persuaded by these arguments. The court held that even though, and what I'm about to say, please listen, this is so important, you guys. Even though there may have been no physical change to the product, like physically it still worked the same way, okay? Everything works. You don't work. There was different physics associated with the product. Now, you guys tell me, what are we talking about non-physical? What do they mean? The court stated that such characteristics as warranties and customer service must be considered when examining the product as a whole. Since the resale of a trademark product that is materially different constitutes trademark infringement, the court upheld the preliminary injunction, which was Midwest has to stop. Now, I want you guys to think about this because this is so powerful. And I am very proud to say, not in an arrogant way, that I'm back and forth in emails with the head of brand registry on Amazon right now. In fact, I'm going through a list of questions that they asked me to look at and say, are these questions that people want answered at Just One Dime Ecom 2019? So I can tell you for a fact what Amazon says and what they think beyond the vagueness of what you find in Seller Central. And I won't reveal anything that I've signed an NDA for. I will completely honor them in that. But this much I can tell you. If what's different about your product is not physically different, but the warranty you offer, or the customer service contract you offer, or the unique packaging like packaged by Jessica, especially for you, date, signature you offer, hijackers can be taken down like works. And if you have a brand registered brand, let me send you the link right now. In fact, there's a bunch of links I need to send you guys. I'm going to send you one right now. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to chat it for you. I want you to save this link, okay? Here we go. Yes, you guys, this recording is available later. Don't worry. Boom. Check that link out, you guys. That link is extremely important. That link is for all of you who are brand registered. And if you're not brand registered yet, go get brand registered, my friends. Now, let's just say you aren't brand registered yet. Let me give you another link. Here's the other one. That's if you're not yet. But the first one is super powerful, my friends, because you already have your brand registered. You go to the link, you fill out the form, you upload the pictures if it's physically different, and you get them off your listing. The picture method. Have you ever been in a situation where you private label a product, you're excited about it, you're selling this product, and what happens? Someone comes along and hijacks your listing. You're thinking, well, that's ridiculous. There's no way to differentiate like I did. There's something got to be different. They probably don't have the logo. And you have a hunch that this is a complete sham. But they have a lower price, so they're stealing your sales, and your BSR is going up and your ranking is going down. So you decide to buy their product. But they have a shipping for weeks. How? Because they do FBM. So you have to wait 4 weeks to take a picture of the product and send in proof to Amazon. The 2 links I just sent you. Grab them, guys. They're there for you. You have to wait 2 weeks or 3 or 4 weeks before you can actually prove that this is not authentic. And as a result of that, your ranking is going to get worse. So your BSR goes up, your ranking goes down. And by the time you finally buy their product, take a picture, submit it through the form, Amazon receives it, you've lost a month of sales, which for some of you is hundreds, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000. For those of you who are proud Just One Dime millionaires. Think about that. You see how they're sneaky? And here's where they really get you. Let's just say you ran out of inventory. Well, what do you say? You close your listing. Why? Because if you don't, your BSR, you'll develop a negative sales history, which means when you open it up, it's super hard with PPC and launch and ranking to get it back down so that you're ranking high again. But if someone latches onto your listing before you run out of inventory, guess what? They force it open. Your BSR is going to die. And you can't get the physical product to take pictures, but because they're only shipping at FBM and it has 4 weeks shipping out, you have to wait. Are you guys following me? I'm telling you, it's war out there. But there's a very simple solution. Put a warranty on your product. That's it. Put a warranty on it. Put a service contract. Like, say something like this. I just want you guys to know, put it on your listing, that if this has any problems within the first 6 months, we will cost on us, and one of our technicians will fix it and send it back to you. Now, in reality, what are you going to do? You're just going to send them a new one. You're not going to go hire someone to work on it. That's crazy. It's even better. Send me a new one, assuming that it's not a perennial green problem. It's a one-time thing like a dud. What this means is if Bobby McGee, sorry, Bobby, sorry to throw you into the bus, but you're a great example for me. You're so good. If Bobby McGee is hijacking your listing, instead of having to buy his product, you fill out that infringement link I just sent you, and you show them and you talk to them, I have a warranty. Guess what? If you have a warranty in your product, I have this mouth. I have this from lawyers. I'm not a lawyer, okay? And I have this from experience. So 3 ways, okay? Now, is this a guarantee? Of course it's not. I cannot control what Amazon does, but I'm telling you, it works. Put a warranty on there. Show Amazon. Why? Because if Bobby McGee latched onto my listing and now he has a lower price, my product's going to his customer, guess what happens? When that customer wants a warranty, Bobby McGee cannot deliver the warranty. He's lying. He's not my company. He's not a reseller. You see, that's proof he's not a reseller. You cannot include a warranty with your product. And so if you do that and you use that, you can legitimately get them removed. You create something that is not physically different about your product, and it'll make it so much easier for you to get rid of those hijackers. Now, we go super deep on this at Ecom 2019. CJ Rosenbaum's going to be there. 4 people from Amazon are going to be there, and they're acting like this, but it's been about 10 years, a little longer than 10 years since Amazon has spoken at any conference other than their own. And Just One Dime is the conference they're going to. And on my last conversation with the leader of Brand Registry, who will be at Ecom teaching you, and they're going to have a live Q&A where you can ask some questions. He said, Seth, in our last video meeting a couple days ago, those of you guys follow me on Instagram, he said, we're releasing something new. I have to get permission from legal, but we're going to be announcing it at Just One Dime. This is the first big conference they're ever announcing at is ours. If you're there, you'll get to see what that is. Here's what I can tell you. Amazon's moving towards supporting legitimate, trademarked brands. If you are sick and tired of the hijackers, the waves are shifting and they're moving towards supporting that. They love that. They want that. In fact, Amazon's #1 source of income right now. Think Amazon. Don't just think products. They own tons of stuff. Cloud software, all these other things have nothing to do with physical products. Still, based on source of income, is you and me. Third-party sellers. That should tell you something. They have a reason. They're motivated to help us. In fact, I have the privilege to be mentored by one of their leaders in Amazon Global Fulfillment. We get on the phone every few weeks, and she coaches me as we're building out our team. We have like 21 staff now just when I'm alone, and she's helped me a ton with that. So what I'm telling you is not just some hearsay, some rumor. I can tell you this, and this I'm allowed to tell you this. I will honor that NDA that I signed when we went to their headquarters. Again, I don't work for Amazon. They're not paying me for this, okay? I'm just telling you exactly what I know and what works so that you can get out there and crush it and build the life of your dreams. And I'm a nerd. I find this stuff fascinating. All right, cool. Everybody, great to see you. Great to see you. Can you hear me okay? Emily? You can? Okay. All right. It sounds like my mic sounds like scuba diving. Sorry, guys. Can you guys hear me on YouTube okay? If you're both on YouTube and Instagram, guys, it's gonna be bad, I promise. All right, cool. Okay, so all right, can you guys hear me in YouTube okay? I just checked my download speed is over 200 megabytes download. I mean gigabits. All right, let me take some questions. Here we go, everybody. Emily, can you check really quick on YouTube and see if I got a bunch of comments that the sound is bad. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's been a little laggy on YouTube. Instagram has been clear the whole time, but YouTube's a little bit laggy. It seems like it's resolved now for me, though.
Can you hear me okay on YouTube or no? Is it cutting out?
I can hear you okay now. Yeah.
It is cutting out. I'm gonna go backwards. Sound is better. Cool. All right, so let's take some questions. Okay, I'm gonna take some questions. Okay. Are you here with me on Google Hangouts? Yes, you are. Okay, sweet. Okay. So guys, yeah, sorry about that. Is quality bad, better now? I'm confused, guys. You're messing with me, aren't you? All right, here we go. Huang Trung says this. Actually, let's start with Dustin. Will Amazon sue you if you violate the terms of service? If you're doing millions, yes, very possibly they could. If you're not doing millions, very unlikely. There's too many sellers. Great question. What is the best way to deal with hijackers that are able to change your brand title and images? So first of all, if you have brand registry, that means you own the listing, you own the brand. It doesn't mean other people can't change it. It just means you own it. So it is yours 100%. However, if they're changing it, you need on if you differentiated it so well that there's no possible way they could be doing the same thing you are. Just a few days ago, Emily, I was researching a product. We bought the 3 top competitors for this product on Amazon. It was so interesting. We're looking at all 3, myself and Alan, and one of them is extremely differentiated with its brand. In fact, it didn't have any of the bells and whistles. It didn't have any of the extra accessories in the bundle. It was just the packaging. And it was funny. We had all 3, and Alan's like, let's save that one for last. And I said, this is like Christmas for you, isn't it? And even though it had less, because it felt special to open it. There's no physical way someone's going to go out and easily copy that. They actually designed it. You could tell they designed it completely different. So the number one protection against someone reselling a product, guys, is actually when you build it, build a unique product. Don't just buy something in Alibaba that everyone else is selling. That's suicide for your might make until someone hijacks it at a lower price, and then what are you going to do? Anything you want to add to that, Emily, at all?
Just that at the conference, I'm going to actually be speaking about this a little bit. And one of the coolest differentiating factors that I could kind of think of during my research process was when you're able to go into 2 different niches and solve 2 different needs for 2 different sets of people. And so the product is unique and the people that you're talking to are unique because the solution is completely novel. And so there's a lot of different ways to differentiate. And so join us at Ecom 2019 and I'll tell you more about that.
This is something warranty. Sorry about that. That is only has the inventor have, and to add a warranty, I was like, how do I do this? It's so simple, you guys. You literally state lifetime warranty. Now, you do it for a product that makes sense. You know, if you're selling sauce, you probably not going to do a lifetime. The first time someone told me that would be a problem. You would never do that. But if it's something that's longer lasting, like a piece of technology that doesn't have a lot of moving parts, or something that's expected to last a long time, do a lifetime. If not, do 1 year. And what happens is if they contact you and say, hey, mine broke, I need a replacement, you're going to send them a new one. Very simple. here's the reality. Most people will not even take the time to take advantage of the lifetime warranty anyways, or the 1-year warranty. And if you did build a good product, it should be a very low percentage. It'll do 2 things for you guys. It'll increase your conversion, more people buy because they trust that. And number 2, it makes it much easier to get rid of hijackers off your listing.
Hey, Seth, could you explain a little bit more how we would prove that to Amazon, prove the warranty, not just that it appears on our listing, but what's the onus on us to kind of show, and how does somebody not just say, oh, we do that too, and just kind of copy even that process?
Yep, absolutely. So the way you show it is you're going to do it on the listing itself. So on the listing, you're going to talk about your warranty. Now, let me show you guys something really cool. I'll just give you an example. Just happened the other day. When we bought these 3 new products to find out what the competition is doing for our product, we were sitting at the conference table, we're opening them up, and I noticed that each of them had a card. Now, one of the cards was to get your warranty, to register your warranty. And the way they put it was so good. They said, look, we like to invite people to test our products. Anyone who wants to be a tester will get a discount from us. So if you want to be added to this exclusive group, just go here. I thought it was so well done. So you go there, and when you do that, you're also registered for the warranty. But to do that, you have to go to a landing page. The landing page adds 2 things for you. Number 1, the product, the name, your first name, and number 2, your email. So when you hit submit and you receive the registry for the warranty, now that seller, let's say I'm the seller, now I have your name and email. Now I can use that for marketing purposes because you just gave me that information, and it's still in legal compliance with the Spam Act that was created in George W.H. Bush years ago. So that's one way you can do it. Now, let's say you have a problem with your product. If I've built a really strong relationship with you over the next several months or even years, you are actually more likely to claim the warranty by emailing our company directly. This happens all the time to us for our brands, versus going to Amazon and just trying to get a return. Now, some people will still go to Amazon. That's totally fine. But if they contact you directly, that's a sign you're building a relationship with them and you're building a strong brand. Did that answer your question, Emily? Was there anything else that you wanted to add to it?
Nope, that's great. I think Instagram may have gone off. It looks like a lot of people are saying video paused and I can't join.
Yeah, we're up. It completely died over here. I'm just gonna let it go. We're just gonna put this here on YouTube. Can you hear me okay on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm so sorry about the audio, guys. I don't get it. I just checked. Literally, if you can see my screen, I'm at 272.19 download MBS and upload is 2.88. It should be more than good enough, 200. But this is like literally making me thinking about moving. That's how fun. I'm glad you guys can hear me all right now. You're right, Jeremy. Branding is everything. Okay, Seabrook Fishing Sinkers. So do a walkthrough video buying a trademark from uspto.gov trademark. So we include this in our membership. There's a lot of things we don't do very deep. I'll tell you this, pto.gov, you follow the steps. You just literally, it's not like you buy it. It's more like you register for it. You pay a fee to register for that. But what will really help you guys is if you make sure when you do it that you are, make sure that there are no other companies using the same brand name or something similar for the same product category. So let's just say, for example, he's selling forks and his company's called Forcatos. I don't know, something like that. And so he's selling forks and that's the name of his company. And your company name is Fucatos. So those are so similar and you're both selling kitchen products. That's going to create a conflict of interest. In other words, even if they don't have a trademark, they could come around and sue you. And when they have use. Now, we go super deep on this in our training membership, but I hope that's helpful to you, man. All right, let's keep going. Hello, Luta Maria. Hey, Seth, I plan on signing up soon. I'll be starting with 2,000. I can see that within the first 3 months, it'll be about 861 spent already, leaving me with 1139. Do you think that can leave me? What will that leave me with? So here's how I would focus on it. First of all, what is your goal? How much money do you want to make? I remember, let me go back so I can see you too, Emily. I remember when I was on an airplane, the year was 2014. I was on an airplane flying back to Michigan to clean up the rest of our house because it foreclosed. We were broke. We had hardly any money. I was struggling. I could barely afford that ticket. And I was on my old iPhone 3GS, which is all I could afford in 2014. Like that thing came out in 2009, I believe. That was 2014, just to give you an idea. And I was calculating my eBay sales and thinking, how many sales do I need to get a day to get 100,000? So the first thing I would do is ask yourself, Luta Maria, how much money do you want to make? For me, 100,000 was a massive goal. That's what I did. I had to have a goal. I had to reverse engineer plan how I'm going to get there. It's step number one. Step number two, decide on something. There are two ways to increase your cash margin. You spend less and you make more. Now, when I took Dave Ramsey's program, and I loved it, and it's good, but it's very defensive. And for me, it's not enough offensive. It was a great place to start. The first 2 times, I completely dropped out. I got lazy. I didn't follow through. It took me 3 times to actually follow through with that program, and I finally did. And what he talks about is reducing your expenses within your means. So you need to reduce. There may be things you're spending money on you really don't need. I'll give you guys an example. I've grown to really like oat milk lattes. I can't even stand coffee anymore. Straight coffee, I don't even like it. But I like oat milk lattes and black tea are 2 of my favorite things to drink today. I realized, not that I couldn't afford it, but I didn't want to. We were spending way more than we needed at coffee shops going there and getting an oat milk latte every morning. That adds up. That can be a lot of money fast. So guess what we did? We bought this freaking badass espresso machine, and it's going to be on our kitchen counter in a couple days. And I'm going to learn how to be a barista. I always wanted to learn that anyways. And I'm going to learn how to make oat milk lattes. It's one of the things I've just always wanted to do. So I'm going to do it. Now, that was $500 one-time expenditure. I will save a ton of money by doing that instead of going to a coffee shop. So, and it doesn't mean I'll never go to a coffee shop. We still live on a budget. My wife still goes to Goodwill and buys me stuff, and we're millionaires. Why? Because I want to live within my means. I want to be wise. I want to save money. I want to invest. So I thank God for Dave Ramsey for that. There's another way to look at it. When you are running low on money, how can you increase your cash flow? One of the ways I did is I started driving for Uber and Lyft, and I would do it late into the night, and it exhausted me, and I came home feeling like a zombie. And the only thing that was, but I did it because that's what I needed to do to get rid of my car payment. So I used my car to pay off my car. So my point is, guys, everyone, all things considered equal, has the same access to resources. I did not have money handed to me. I didn't have some special gift or ability. I simply decided to hustle. So never be enough money. The question is, what will you do to reduce expenses and increase income? Maybe you need to drive for Uber and Lyft. I just met this guy. He works for the state. He has a super prestigious job, and he drives for Uber. And you think, oh, that's above him. That's below him. How could he do that? Because he wants to make more money, because he has these dreams of going to these exotic places with his wife. He didn't care what people think. He's just doing it, and he loves it. And through those networks, he actually drums up more business for other things through those conversations. See how everything just kind of benefits everything as a result? And then you're not focused on, do I have enough money? You're focused on, where do I put my money so I can invest and grow? So I know this is a long answer, Luta Maria, but I think it's a great question. You will need money from your business to go back into your business as it grows. The lowest I've ever seen someone launch a product on private label, the very lowest was 500, and that's extremely unrealistic. 3,500 is more realistic, depending on the cost of the product. You could be at 2,000, you could be at 10,000. It depends on the product. There's no one number. The question is, are you willing to set your life up, give yourself 2 hours a day just to focus on building your Amazon store? Do that for a year. I've never seen someone, Emily, not succeed who did that at some level. And while you're doing that, you're putting that money back into your business, back into your business. If you do that and you do it right, you'll have all the money you need to keep growing your business. In fact, when you start, especially when you start with us, you don't need to buy a product immediately. You're going to have 4 months where you're just focusing on product research and understanding things and setting up your company, your business, and maybe getting your trademark. So you have all that time to generate income. So don't look at it as, here's all the money I need and I'm good to go. That's great. You have that money. Now go get more. Go find a way to get growing. You're married, you have a kid. Like, how do you do it, Emily? Emily, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, because I know this has been easy for you. What have you done to make it work? You work a graveyard shift.
Yeah, it's difficult, but it's doable, and it's all about your level of commitment. And one thing I learned along the way is that the product that I sell right now, I probably wouldn't pick that product again as my first product. And the reason for that is because the cash flow necessary to keep this product afloat is basically above my means. And so there were a lot of times when I made great headway and then I ran out of stock. And so I think when you assess the opportunity in the marketplace, let's say you're doing the Just One Dime training and you see like camping tents are a great opportunity, but you can't afford that. That's like saying investing in a Mercedes is a great opportunity. That may be true, but you can't afford it at this point. So find something super small that you can buy thousands of and really learn to manage your cash flow, not just the cash that you have in the bank ready to go towards your business, but cash flow in the sense of what can I do to perpetuate the success of this product. So for me, that's something that I knew, but I didn't apply it as much as I probably should have. And that can be a real gotcha and a real killer of your brand as you try to launch, if you don't kind of think that through in a very strategic way up front.
That's very good. Thank you. And guys, you're hearing it from Emily, who's doing it. Like all of our Just One Dime leaders and coaches, these are people who are doing it day by day. Another question that comes up is, Khan says, Seth, have you ever heard of Payability? Yes. In fact, they're going to be there at Ecom. What they do is you pay them a small fee so that you're able to be paid daily, because one of the things you need is cash flow. So when you send your money to a manufacturer, they send you those products have to sell to get the money back and then some to buy your next batch. We don't want to be caught in a situation where but the money isn't coming in fast enough to get the next batch before you run out of inventory. Now, again, we have full training on this in the memberships, but in the meantime, Payability can really help with that. And they actually will be there Ecom offering some special things. Let's see what's up. Let's see. Ahmad, my friend and experienced seller, told me Brain Registry doesn't guarantee getting hijackers off. Correct, Ahmad. Absolutely. That's why we're talking about this. That's why I sent you guys a link for brand registered people and non-brand registered people. Both of them you need for copyright infringement. But I will tell you this. When your brand is registered, that means you have a registered trademark. The chance a hijacker has against you is extremely reduced because Amazon considers you a legitimate brand. Your brand is registered with them. And as I said, they're coming out with new stuff as well to support brand sellers better. But use the method I taught you guys earlier. I hope that was super helpful to you guys. All right, let's keep going.
Could I just add one thing to that, which is just keep in mind that if you have a registered trademark, that's the government recognizing something you've registered with them. So it's not like, and I'm not saying Amazon's not in your court and they won't help you, but it doesn't just sit on the Amazon platform to take care of that. You can have your own legal representation, contact the other seller and so on and so forth, and really take care of things outside of Amazon and not just wait for Amazon to reprimand or remove the seller or do whatever's necessary. So you really have a lot of power once you have that R with the circle as opposed to the TM registered trademark. So keep that in mind.
Thank you for mentioning that. What's exciting to me, Emily, and you guys are going to see this who are going to Ecom 2019, Amazon's moving in a direction. They still have their flywheel model. They're still going to trying to figure out how can I make this work. And so that's the direction they are moving, is to support that further more than they ever have before. You can still do arbitrage on Amazon very effectively, but the brand building private label opportunity is massive. In fact, I don't even like the word private label anymore. I prefer to say brand. All right, there's brands out there trying to couple this up. Is the lead magnet video fine to kick off hijackers? No, lead magnet video is for collecting their name and email so that you can later provide them content and marketing, and hopefully they become a customer or a more established customer. That's the point of a lead magnet video. I'm really glad the sound is a little better, you guys. Okay, one more question, a big one. Chris, we were all set with a low budget to crush it with low cost items. Luck has changed and now we have a much bigger budget. Do we start again and research the higher price items? Chris, yes, 100%. Higher priced items out of 100 are going to give you better profit margin, better wiggle room, and you'll make more money and faster. And I could go on and on about the advantages. Let me just give you guys an example. What do you mean by higher priced item? Anything you sell, the lowest of a product I've ever sold on Amazon was right under $12. It went from below 12 to above 12. And it still does well, but it's thinner margin. And because it's established, there's less I have to do with it. It's much more passive income for me. The highest price, well over $100. So I can and then many on all different levels in between. My favorite price range is going to be between 35 and 80. Because if you're anywhere between those ranges, as a general rule, you have margin to make mistakes. You have margin to spend more on PPC, so you can rank it better. So there's a massive advantage if you're in that price range. The higher you get, the more people research before they buy. It's less impulsive. But when they do love the product, they will leave a raving review. It's hard to get a review on a product that's super just like, oh yeah, easy. You'll get them and you get a lot of sales, but you also get a lot. When you really put your thought in that is time and eggs to do it right, it really, really frees you up later on. Now you have this cash, you can do more. So to answer your question, Chris, yes. Emily, anything you want to add?
Yeah, I would say too, what I've been kind of mulling over in my mind for my second product is the sweet spot to me, other than all the criteria that you teach in like the 10 criteria that you need to meet to be successful with your product. Sweet spot is high priced item that's not your oversized. So you don't have these massive fees eating at your margin, and you also don't feel that extreme pain with PPC when you start off. Yeah, you don't want to spend $5 or $6, per sale on PPC, but if you've got $20, $25 of, net profit, that's okay. It's not going to hurt as much. So not heavy and oversized and high price point is definitely what I would be looking at.
Thank you, Emily. Guys, my hope is that this is helpful to you today. Again, I'm sorry the audio was bad at first. This is recorded, so you will have access to it on YouTube after this. Run with what I told you guys about getting hijackers. It works, you guys. We're talking legal, Amazon, hijackers, trademark, all of that. And make sure you understand the difference between what is a hijacker and a piggybacker. They're not the same thing. Piggybacker is arbitrage. Hijacker is someone pretending to do arbitrage, but they're not really. If you have not yet, join us. You can see the link below. Join us in Los Angeles for eCom 2019. Emily's going to be there. I'm going to be there. 4 people from Amazon will be there. A ton of different brand builders will be there. And we're going to be teaching people and partying and having fun and talking and laughing and all these things and doing live Q&A, how to build a brand that just goes boom. We're going to show you how to do it. And we're unleashing some things that we've never talked about before to people there only. We're not live streaming this. There's no way to get a video recording later. Be there, guys, if you are serious about building your e-commerce brand. And just imagine you're in this place with all these high-end entrepreneurs. Some are millionaires, some are brand new, and leaders in this industry, and you're able to network with them. It's going to be amazing. And I cannot wait to see many of you guys there. It's going to be awesome. Emily, have an awesome rest of your day. Everybody, keep going, keep crushing. I will see you soon in LA, March 8 to 10.
Bye, Seth. Bye, everybody.